Very well then, we're back with Pat O'Hare after a short break. Oh, Pat, we were talking about the crew surfing the pier at Manhattan Beach. I believe you mentioned Henry Ford.
Right.
Who were some of the other guys?
That surfed there on a regular basis. Ricky Young, like I said, Skipper Fats. And he was a real well-known surfer there. He was a good surfer.
Okay, that name rings no bells with me. Did
no.
he ever?
Wally Milliken, he became the head of the lifeguards in South Bay. And he surfed Waimea big. All those guys I saw in pictures of them. Oh, Wally coming out of Waimea and the wave breaking over his head and him having the style day.
Oh, yeah, that's right. We were talking about trips to Hawaii and the stories these guys were telling about them. That's right, that's right. Did you ever take any trips to Hawaii?
Yeah, but late, I was in my, must have been 93.
Okay, this is after you'd left California.
Yeah.
Okay, we'll revisit that then when we get to that in the timeline. Where did you, you mentioned that you drove up and down the coast. Any trips to Mexico?
Well, besides Mazatlan, yeah, I went to Mazatlan.
You mentioned that in passing a little bit. You talked about...
We went to cannons, tried to surf cannons. It wasn't rideable. And they say it's shark infested.
Even
because
better.
The storage thing there, it ends at cannons.
Okay, Mazatlan, that's like even with the tip of Baja, but it's on the mainland, right?
It's on the mainland, yeah, and it's a little bit farther down, San Blas and those
That's a substantial drive.
Well, we took a plane down and didn't take care of our money.
Oh.
So that for some reason we had enough money to get back on a bus to get home. Just exactly enough money to get.
Okay, a bus ride from Mazatlan back to Tijuana.
And we had enough money for one Coke or whatever. I don't know what, a peso or whatever we had. And I went in when the bus stopped at this little shack or whatever it was, and went in there. Could I get a Coke? Whatever. I might have used some Spanish,
Habla muy poco.
Yeah, whatever. And he said, sure, and he took it. It was like 100 degrees out, and this thing had dust on it.
Oh.
And I'm going, nah, never mind. But they told us not to drink the water. You know how they always tell you that. Well, after 3 days, you got to drink the water wherever you stop. I mean,
did that work out?
It seemed to. Thank God, I never got sick from it. But we waited till like on the third day, and then one of the stops, I drank some water.
You had to.
Yeah.
You had to. What was, this would have been, what, 59? 60?
59.
59. What was Mexico like in 59 for a couple of California guys who were driving?
Well, we got there we were down there for New Year's, and they were celebrating New Year's. You could hear them shooting guns off in the bar downstairs.
This is in town in Mazatlan?
Oh, yeah. And they wore a lot of guns. I mean, they had holsters. And
guys like out of a Western?
They're Mexicans, that's what they did.
Armed and dangerous.
Yeah.
Okay.
And on the bus, there was a guy got on that was drunk, armed and dangerous. I mean, really drunk.
Ooh.
And he was giving this girl a hard time, and I got up to say something to him, and she stopped me.
Saved your life. May very well have. Wow, that's heavy.
Yeah.
How do surfers always wind up in such heavy situations? You never hear this about baseball guys or...
No, they get a big hotels.
Yeah.
Actually, we stayed in a nice hotel. But
surfers are always like an inch away from some horrible life-threatening
I thought,
thing.
hey, I could stop this guy who's being a whatever, And he got off at the next stop. She stopped me.
Bless her heart.
Yeah.
She knew. She knew. What did the guys say when you... I mean, did you even get to the point where
no,
you saw
she grabbed me before I could get there.
Oh, bless her heart. What else is of note of that bus ride? That's like 1,000 miles, right?
Well, it was, like I said, you could feel the alienation that we've caused a lot of Mexicans, I guess. At the
Rednecks should all be placed in those situations to learn what it's like to be on the short end of this. Oh, racist people should all be put there. Yes.
And so there was some animosity there for us, and I never thought of myself as a surf bum, you know, but I'd like the name. I did.
It works. So, okay, so you flew down, tried to surf cannons, no surf.
We surfed right in front of the hotel. It was about 2-3 foot. It was fun. The water was warm. We had a great time. Drank a lot of rum and cokes, and ran out of money. Or we start thinking that, well, we only have this much money. so we went to the bus thing and see if we could get a ticket, and we had just enough, plus enough for a soda, whatever that.
Yeah, that dusty Coke.
Yep.
Yeah. So
I never got it. Never spent a peso.
That's funny.
I wish I still had it.
That's funny. Yeah, I've had stuff like that. How long were you in town surfing?
We were there for a week.
Okay.
I thought I was.
And the waves never showed up?
I thought I was going to jail. No, it didn't.
Man.
I think it's a summer break.
That's my understanding.
And we went in the dead of winter because.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it is a summer break, and I've seen pictures of
South Swell.
that. Yeah, they call it cannons.
I've heard of that break.
Yeah.
I've never been anywhere near it.
And there's one farther up the coast that's we should have went up there, but we didn't.
Okay, there's a really long left somewhere around there.
Yeah, I think that's the one I'm thinking of, and
At one point, people called it the longest wave in the world or something. I remember that.
I got into some trouble, and I wanted to go surfing before. I have the record for knocking down more stop signs than.
Now, do we want to talk about the trouble? No. Okay, we'll let that go. That's for.
But I still have the record.
But well.
And it caused me some grief, and my family some grief, and was stupid.
Kid stuff.
Yeah.
I myself have got a couple of stories. Yeah, dumb kid stuff. So down to Mexico and back. Anywhere else on surf trips back in those days?
Well, I didn't surf, but we went up to San Francisco to show a surf movie with.
With who? Whose movie?
Well, I think it was. I'm not sure, but Mickey Ghost was the guy that was showing the movie, and we knew Mickey from the pier, and he was the guy that used to dive off the Steel Pier in Jersey. Somehow he wound up back on a horse. Do you remember that?
I've seen the pictures. Yeah, the pony or the horse.
Mickey every once in a while would do a triple off the pier or a double, you know, and stand up and land in the sand. And I'm going, you're crazy, you know that.
One of these days.
And so we went up there and showed a surf movie, and we got some sandals up there, Japanese, those felt ones, you know.
Yeah.
And had dinner up there. We stayed overnight and then came back. And we went to Santa Onofre? Not Santa Onofre, Santa Cruz.
Santa Cruz.
And what's the name of that break?
Steamer Lane.
Steamer Lane.
Big break right there.
And it's a cliff, too.
Yeah, the wave is like
right
there.
Right into the cliff.
No cords.
No cords. No wetsuits, no cords, and it was too cold.
Whoa.
Mickey had a full suit. He looked like a little tin soldier walking
like a diver guy. Yeah.
And I handed his board down, and I got back to the car, and Ricky said, "You going?" And I said, "No, I'm not going. It's too cold."
Oh.
And I got back in the car.
Okay.
When we got back down to Carmel, bought a pair of sunglasses that were so cool. I sold them for like $20, and I paid like $4 for them.
Whoa!
At a drugstore.
Okay.
I should have bought 2 pairs, so I would have.
If I'm ever out in Carmel, I'll look for sunglasses.
Oh yeah, they were great.
Rincon's not that far from that town, is it?
I never surfed Rincon. I did go there a couple times, and one time Dewey Weber and Mike Hinson were doing figure eights down these 12-foot waves. It was just beautiful to watch.
Go behind kind of stuff?
Yeah.
Oh.
And they would wait for each other.
Crossovers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's like they did it their whole lives, but I know they hadn't,
Weber and Hinson doing go behinds
Yeah.
at Rincon. Oh, that just must have been jaw dropping.
Yeah, it was great. And I think Hinson at the time shaped for Dewey. They spent a lot of time around each other.
Right.
And
Now,
it was pretty neat to
fair
watch.
size day at Rincon.
It was big. Bigger than I wanted to surf. Even.
Fair size
Yeah.
day, yeah.
Yeah.
Much of a crowd?
Yeah, there was a good crowd. Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
And it seemed like we parked right on the beach, or very close to the beach, And you got to remember, this is like 45, 50 years ago.
Yeah, when things were a lot easier. It wasn't a big hassle.
So,
anymore.
yeah.
Yeah.
And we stayed there for about 3 or 4 hours, and then we were on our way somewhere, and we surfed further up the coast.
Up towards the ranch somewhere?
No, past the ranch.
Past.
I can't think. I know the name of it, and I can't think of it.
A known break?
Yeah, it was known, but it didn't break very often. It wasn't breaking well the day we were there.
Like El Capitan or one of those funny places?
No.
Yeah.
Anyway, it was about 3 foot freezing cold. Freezing cold water.
California's cold at the very bitter end down in San Diego.
Yeah, no, it's cold everywhere. But in the middle of winter, when it's freezing.
Can't do it. So you were actually pretty lucky. You didn't really have to go anywhere. You were already there.
What do you mean?
In Manhattan Beach, the surf trip thing.
Oh, yeah.
Kind of.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But we traveled about once a week. We'd go someplace, And mostly we'd go to County Line. I'd surf County Line a
Now,
lot.
where is that in relationship to some of the more well-known breaks like Malibu? Or
It's north of Malibu, north of Topanga, not Topanga, south of Malibu. But we surfed Topanga a lot because
Topanga's really tucked way up in there, isn't it?
And it's got houses all the way around it. It's really hard to get in there.
It was even hard to get to back then?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and Sakis, we surfed Sakis.
Hammond's Reef?
Hammond's Reef, where's that?
I remember seeing pictures of it in the 60s in all the magazines. The Hammond Estate, maybe Santa Barbara, I'm not sure.
Yeah, could be. I'm sure there's a lot of breaks in Santa Barbara that, and Santa Cruz that a lot of people don't know about that day.
My ignorance of the area is almost perfect. I've never been north of Trestles.
No?
And I only did that one time.
Oh, I did Trestles a lot. I didn't think of...
Okay, well, that's right. San Onofre and Trestles are right there next to each other.
I surfed Trestles. I say a lot. Who knows how many times, If I always had the feeling that if Manhattan Beach was good, why go
Why go anywhere? We're already
if
here.
If the wind was blowing wrong, you could find a place that had a nice break.
Yeah.
That had a wind block or something like Sakis or.
People in Florida don't understand that. I don't think a lot of them that you can just dial the conditions to suit.
Yeah, you can pretty much. You have to travel quite a bit to do it, but you can do it.
Yeah.
It's like Haggerty's. That's on a cliff and it's going to hold the wave for a long time if it's breaking.
That wave can't really close out at all, can it?
They say it'll only hold about 8 foot. That's the day we were out. It was about 8 foot.
Talk to me about the day you were out at 8 foot on Haggerty's, and this is back on big boards and no cords, and Haggerty's has got a pretty rocky beach, doesn't it?
It does have a rocky and those spine things.
The razor blade looking things, yeah, the geology there is kind of...
And they have a bunch of those, like as Malibu does right inshore, used to, those fish with the things that come up and you get them in your foot and then you gotta supposedly pee on your foot.
Ooh,
so
urchins.
Urchins, yeah, they're everywhere.
Yeah, okay, no fun there.
Because Rincon is not Rincon.
Haggerty's.
Thank you. Haggerty's has got that corner there that's kind of out of the water at a low tide, and so people draw that way if they've lost their board to get in.
Right.
But then that's where all the urchins are too.
So you got to step with care.
Or try to go back out a little farther.
Go around.
And then you know, in close to shorts, you're still going to get them.
Okay. Oh, but back to the big day at Haggerty's. What do you say, like an 8 or 10 foot day?
8 foot.
Yeah. Okay. Well, just let the nice people know what's it like. And again, we're talking what, 60, 61 or 2, something like that, maybe.
Yeah, probably 60.
Yeah. Okay. Walk us through a big day at Haggerty's. Get up in the morning. What are we going to do? Where do we want to go?
Remember me telling you about Lanada Bay? We started out at
You've
Lanada
told
Bay.
me, but you haven't told the nice people.
I think I did.
Maybe you did. Okay. Well, we'll trade Alzheimer's remarks.
Okay. Now we watched Greg Noll and Mike Stang and some other guys surf Lanada Bay for a couple hours. And
I don't think that wound up on the...
Oh, really?
I don't think it did.
Okay, so the ground was really rumbling from the 20-foot waves. I mean, you could feel
People
it.
don't believe that, but it's real.
Oh, it's real.
It's real.
It's real.
Oh, what was that day like in the morning? Let's just start from the... You get up in the morning, did you have any idea that it was booming?
Oh, yeah, we knew it was...
The swell had already arrived.
Yeah, and we went fairly early, I don't know, 9 o'clock, you know, something
Early
like
enough.
that.
Sunny, marine layer?
Probably a layer to start with, and then it burns off, you know,
Okay.
by 10 o'clock.
Glassy, strong offshores?
It was glassy,
Okay.
relatively glassy. It's such a big wave. And there was that ship out there, the
Okay.
Dominic. Remember that crashed in
No recollection
No,
of that at all?
in front of the Lanada Bay, right there.
Right there on the
It was
Palos
called the
Verdes
Dominic
Peninsula.
or something like that. Yeah. It
Let,
was.
let me back you up a little bit. Okay, we're up in the morning. We know there's waves. Walk us through from there on. Where's the first place you look? Manhattan Beach?
No, I don't think so. I think we were going to go to Haggerty's or someplace like
Okay,
that.
so the game was on from the
And-
very beginning.
And you know, Manhattan Beach and Hermosa is pretty much a closeout 90% of the time.
And
You know.
with size, that's not really where you want to go.
No. So we went to Lanada Bay, knowing that Greg was going to be surfing there.
I've seen that movie.
Yeah.
I've seen those clips.
And we watched him for about 2 or 3 hours, really, till about noon, you know. And then
That
we
was the clip with the telephone pole in the water.
Right, exactly.
Yeah, okay.
And
Now that had to be pretty fun just to be able to stand there and watch that.
oh, it was great. And they drew a crowd after a while, you know.
I would imagine that
Yeah.
the cliffs would be lined
Yeah.
with, spectators.
And we took off and went down to Haggerty's, and after watching 20-foot waves, Haggerty's looked small to me.
No problem.
Until I started battling there, I go, it's not that small.
Who all was out in the water? What kind of a crowd are we talking about?
Oh, it was solid people. I mean, there was a lot of people.
Big names?
Well, Mickey Dora
Mickey
was
Dora,
there.
that's anybody else that people know about?
A couple of friends of mine from Maricosta, but they're not big names, but great surfers.
Right.
This one friend of mine that I had algebra with, and he was like an A student. I said, you know, you're doing so good at this. He says, yeah, well, it's the second time I've taken it.
No fair.
So
You've seen
he
it
was doing
before.
spinners down the wave.
On a big day.
On a big day.
That's not easy.
No. And actually, I was paddling out right there, and he said, he yelled at me.
Because you were in his way?
No,
Or
just,
how you doing?
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and no, he's a good guy. He was a good guy, and I paddled out and surfed a couple waves, and when I lost my board, then I came in. And I told you that a friend of mine, Steve.
You haven't told the people.
Steve Reynolds used to be at one time was the Marlboro guy, you know.
The Marlboro cigarette advertisement guy.
Yeah, but he was a good surfer too, and he was a year younger than me, and his brother was in my grade, you know,
Okay,
was
so this is
junior.
Marlboro ads back in the early 60s. So I've seen this guy on the television when I
late
was a kid.
50s probably.
Oh, God, yeah.
And
Ed Sullivan Show or somewhere. Who knows?
and he was pissed about something. I asked
Oh,
him,
yeah?
and me and Steve were good friends. We had glasses together.
How big is this guy? Is he like a...
He's tall and built, you know, he was built really good. He had scars all over him. He had some kind of disease at one time, and he got maybe, I don't know what that would be.
Not the kind of a guy you'd want to get into a fight with?
He was so nice, but those are the kind of guys you don't want to get
Those
into
are
a
the
fight.
people that'll...
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. And
Anyway,
mad.
he was mad because Dora had kept cutting him off.
What a surprise. Dora cut somebody off.
Yeah, and I said, "What's up?" And he says, "When he comes in, I'm going to kill him." I came to Steve's shoulder about it. That's probably what happened. And I said, "I got to stay for this."
You're going to... Oh, no!
So Dora finally came walking in, and with his style, you know what I mean. This board looked like a gunslinger, and he walks right up to us because he could see. He could see
Psychopath.
the problem is here, right in front of me, and it wasn't me, you know. So he walks up to Steve and goes, "Don't I know you?"
Oh!
And Steve just goes and walked away.
Oh! Dora could work people.
Oh, he was good at it.
A master of working people. Okay, so a fair-sized day at Haggerty's.
Yeah, it was a good size. Actually, it was big enough that Ricky, you know how you surmise when the waves are too big for you and you're trying to think of a way in?
Oh.
Okay, so he thought if he paddled down the beach.
Towards Torrance or somewhere?
Yeah, towards Torrance, right around the bend
Around the
there.
corner,
Yeah.
yeah.
That he could get in safer.
Safer?
Well, it didn't work out that way.
What
And I said-
happened?
Well, he lost his board, finally got in out of total fear probably, which that's how everybody gets in.
Yeah.
And I said, good, you could have paddled in here. At least people would have saw you, maybe saved your ass.
Yeah,
You
you
know.
go in the middle of nowhere,
You know, you say, well, I wouldn't ask for help. Yeah, you will, wouldn't you get in real trouble? Help me!
Oh!
I did that at Wilderness. I lost my board on about a 10-foot day, and I mean, I just came up and started asking for help right now.
Oh,
Help me, I hurt my leg.
We'll get to don't tell me. Yeah, let's save that for that period of time. So, okay, you're in the surf industry. You're surfing on a regular basis. You're surfing with the heavyweight contenders. You're going to the regular spots. You can hold your own anywhere you go. You were glassing at first. When did the shaping start?
I did some shaping for Greg, and we moved to Florida. It didn't seem like I worked.
Now you say that is I did some shaping for Greg. Like you just got up one morning and walked down
No,
to
well,
Greg's.
I start.
How'd
You
that
know, me
start?
and Ricky washed his windows for like years, all the way through high school. I think.
Grimmy's.
Yeah,
Okay, so Grimmy's at the surf shop
and then Ricky got a real job there
as a shaper.
as a glasser.
As a glasser. How does one at some point pick up a planer and go over to a blank without being knocked upside the head for it?
Yeah, you work your way into it. You know what I mean? You do something else in the shop, and if you have an interest in that and ability, Ricky had a natural ability because he took wood shops and stuff like that, which.
So at some point somebody said, why don't you give that a try? And he did, and he didn't wreck it.
No, Greg asked him if he wanted to. They lost a shaper.
Okay, so opportunity.
Yeah, and most of the guys that were shapers back then, I think they were guys that were carpenters and stuff like that. They were good with
People
wood.
good with their hands
Yeah,
and crafts
yeah.
and things. Okay, so when do you remember the first board you ever shaped?
No, I don't.
Okay.
But Ricky taught me to shape. That's who taught me to shape.
Okay, Greg pulled him in, and
Yeah.
then he pulled you in.
Right.
Okay, so it was always done under adult supervision, so to speak. No disasters.
But not always, because that's how Ricky lost his thumb.
Is that the thumb that Noll had? No way.
That's the thumb.
That's the.
See how tied up we all are together.
It's such a
Just
tiny
gets
little
thicker.
world. No, I had no idea.
And
James and O'Hare surfboards. That's the James.
That's the James. And Ricky called me that night because we were like brothers. I think I was living at his house,
Buddies.
actually. Yeah. And his sister didn't like me. She kicked me every time she saw me.
How nice.
She didn't want me in the house.
Were you a bad influence?
No, she just didn't. She didn't think I should be there. I was having trouble with my family.
You
And
were an inner. Oh, yeah. I'm not sure how we're going to mince around that, because I went through a lot of family trouble stuff when I was a kid.
Yeah.
We can let that go too.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, so that's going on. So anyhow, you're at his house. He called you?
He called, and I picked up the phone, and he told me he was on some kind of pain pills, I'm sure.
I should hope so.
And he said, I had my tongue cut off. That's what I thought he said. Your tongue.
Your tongue. How can you say this?
How the hell did you get your tongue cut off? And I said, school's going to be tough.
I can't believe we're laughing. This is terrible.
Well, it wasn't so terrible because he got his thumb, part of his thumb cut off. You know?
Yeah, well, that's substantial.
It was for him.
Yeah,
I mean,
when it's your thumb.
To this day, and Greg has mentioned that to me a couple times.
Mentioned
at the Surf Expo, something about, yeah, Greg's, because that Surf Expo goes from New York all the way to San Diego.
Riding a circuit.
Right, and he says his son just tried to ask me about that thumb. I don't know where that thumb is.
No!
And I'm going, yeah, you do, Greg.
Give me back my thumb! Oh, it's terrible!
But Greg does know exactly where it is.
Yeah,
He used to use it at parties as a ice cube.
A great conversation starter.
Yeah, if it's not your thumb.
I got this guy's thumb. Here, have a drink of this. Oh, no!
And I've seen it before. And Ricky's seen it before, but he was like 17 or 8, you know.
I got your thumb. Oh, that's terrible.
It is terrible.
This is getting out of hand.
That's part of Greg's archives. You know that's in some hidden thing.
That's probably in a bank vault somewhere.
Yeah.
That ain't going nowhere. How did he cut it off? What was he? Because a planer won't really.
He was on a bandsaw.
Bandsaw. Ooh, cutting stringers or something.
Yep, he was cutting. That's exactly what he was doing.
Ooh.
And talking to somebody.
Ooh. Oh, no. There's no forgiveness in that system of any kind.
No. Especially back then, there was no guards or nothing.
No, nothing.
And I guess it just went poof. And they.
And Greg was there and just immediately picked it up and
rest.
dropped it in a cup of resin.
No, he took it to him to the hospital with his thumb.
Okay, I'm going to take you to the hospital and we're going to bring your thumb.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I guess the doctor said we can't sew it back on. You got to remember.
This was before.
Yeah, before. Later on we can do this for you if you bring it back.
And of course they didn't think to pack it nice when they brought it to the hospital.
No, I don't think they did. But, and then you could see, I wasn't there, but you could see Greg going.
No!
You know, in his head.
Look, I can see a John Belushi character looking at this. Look at him look. Oh, that's terrible. That's terrible.
And Ricky wasn't happy about that for a long time.
Oh my word. Noll takes the thumb back to the shop?
Not that anybody knew of. The next time you saw the thumb, it was in resin.
We have a mystery story, and I'm guessing Greg's not letting on any more than he has to.
Yeah. But he wants it for those big parties he have at his shop when, whenever he...
Here, come over here and have a look at this.
No. You want a rum and coke? What do you want, buddy? You know how he talks.
Oh, okay. Oh, the prank.
Yeah.
And here's a special ice cube.
And
oh my God! And I guess people have,
yeah. And he thought that was funny.
I wonder what the list of names is that's been
seen it.
That have been offered the drink.
Yeah, I'm sure there's been a few.
A wide and wondrous list of famous people.
I wonder when he got his big shop, when he opened that big shop. That was backed by the people, the bowling ball people. What was it?
Oh, that's right. Amway, or not Amway.
Something like
that.
Yeah.
AMF.
AMF, yeah. And they did other sporting things too, but...
Yeah, they were big.
They were huge.
They were big.
They spent $1 million on this.
Yeah, it wasn't Brunswick. I think it was AMF.
Yeah, I think it was.
Yeah.
And anyway, he had parties there at least once or twice a year with big names from all over. you know, I got a book. If I went to find it, it would take me 2 days to find it. But
Movers and shakers.
yeah, Mike Henson, Dewey, you know, all those people,
yeah.
Hobie. You know, somebody wound up with that in their drink.
Yeah, okay. And Greg's laughing. And
Yeah, it's laughing.
now, if I was Rick James, I would have tried to go find me a ringer somewhere to have Greg pull the prank on and grab.
Yeah, in a way, he was probably still embarrassed about it. You know?
That's terrible.
It is. In Greg's mind, he didn't. Which he didn't. I don't think he did anything wrong. The thumb was not going back on.
The thumb is not. There's no.
And he saw an opportunity for
Greg Noll was pretty good at recognizing and exploiting opportunities.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's James and O'Hare. Rick James. That's the guy. Now, did he keep?
Oh, he's a great shaper. He really is.
Didn't interrupt his career.
No, he kept shaping. And actually, this guy here, Matt.
Can I read this? Nielsen Consulting. Oh, Matty Nielsen.
Yeah, Matty.
Yeah, Matty.
Matty called me up and said I saw one of Ricky's boards in Hawaii at, what's the guy that's been there forever? Shaper Factory.
Brewer?
No,
Downing.
Downing.
Oh, Downing. He owns the franchise.
Yeah, and he was shaping for Hobie, I guess, at the time, or doing some special shapes for Hobie, and he said I saw one of his 3 stringers there. He said it was beautiful. So.
Oh, I bet.
Yeah, and so I know he's still. This was 10 years ago, you know, and Ricky's probably 2 years younger than me. He's probably close to pasture.
So he's still at it, though.
Yeah.
Like you're still at
it.
Yeah, you never quit.
No.
You should, but you don't.
Unless Sean comes over and says, "Gotta quit. You gotta quit there."
I'm sorry. That was terrible.
You really gotta quit, okay?
Oh, that was bad. Okay, so James, all right. So we're just now starting to get into Pat O'Hare picking up planers and shaping, despite the fact that he's watched people lose extremities in the process. This is probably a good place to take another break. We can pick this up later on. Thanks everybody for watching this, and I hope you guys are enjoying it at least half as much as Pat and I are, because this is great fun. Thanks a lot, everybody.